Hello, this is Jared, and I'm playing Oxygen Not Included, and I'm asking the question, have you ever wanted to get all the material in the world to be brought together in one spot to make it very easy for your duplicates to be able to access? Probably not, but I'm going to show you how to do this anyways. The process to do this is actually pretty simple. All I have is a bunch of mechanized airlocks, all with a true signal going in. And I've trapped material on all sides except for this direction, so if I send a false signal, and I can do that simply by cutting this, all the material, as soon as that door shuts, gets thrown out right here. And if I repeat that process again and again, eventually I'm going to get all the material moving right. Of course, it'd be nice to automate this a little bit more, so let's aim to do that next. So now what I've gone and done, still have a true signal going in, but I've got a buffer gate in between each door. So we go door, buffer gate, and so on and so on. I set the time to 2 seconds, and my goal is to push all this material to one spot right here. So let's start to send the first false signal to the first door. Speed things up. That pushes material piece by piece. Until eventually we're going to have everything landing over here. What I'm going to do is open the doors just to make sure there's nothing stuck inside. So tons and tons and tons of material sitting right there. Let's just open it back up. And the entire thing is empty. Well, we don't move critters. But we've got everything sitting right here. Now, unfortunately, going the opposite direction is not as easy, but I do have a solution for that, so let's look at that now. Let me demonstrate the issue with moving material left. If I close this last door right here, it looks like a bunch of the materials moved over here. Some of it has, but not all of it. Let's just continue the process. If I were to close this one, you would be thinking everything's moving over here, and then if I go over one more, we'll see if we can push even more stuff to the left. But some of it's being missed. I'll demonstrate that by opening all these back up. And we see, oh, aha, some of the material has not made it. Now, if you were to not use automation, there is a pretty simple solution. I'm going to, this time, close this door. Some of the material is going to move to the left. If I now reopen the door, and then close the door, everything is going to make its way to the left. And let's just repeat that process one more time. I'm going to close this door. Before we go on to the next door, though, I will reopen it. And then we will close it one more time. And this time we'll open up everything to make sure that everything, in fact, has made it to the left. And if we continue that process, we can move everything over. Now, automating this is a bit of a nightmare, it seems, but I actually have a pretty simple solution. So here's the automated version of moving everything to the left. This time I've got the doors standing upright. I've got a buffer gate between each of the doors set to just 1 second. Now I'll try flicking the switch. The first door is going to shut. Starting a chain reaction. And then all the stuff is going to move towards the left. We're just getting tons and tons of material building up until it's eventually going to be dumped right here. And we've got tons and tons and tons of material from the left side. Let's just open this back up to verify it actually has moved everything along. Not including critters. So there it is, moving everything to the left. Now let's see if we can move things upward. So it turns out moving things up is pretty easy. We just have buffer gates separated between each door. I've got a time of 1 second. And we're going to close the doors starting with the bottom. And as we do, there's nowhere for anything to go but up. So close up, 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 up. Until we reach the top. It doesn't look like we have anything just now, but hold on. Wait, there it is. Tons of material. Now, let's put this whole thing together and move things left, right, and up so these guys can get tons and tons and tons of material right next to their living area. So to connect this whole thing together, all I did was add 2 buffers from both the left and right and join them together towards the upward motion. I also added a button here to control the whole thing, just to make these guys feel important. So the moment I flick this switch, it's going to send a false signal to both the left and right side. So that's stuff moving towards the right over here. Stuff is moving towards the left. We should be getting this stuff on the right arriving first, being dumped right here. It's going to hold and wait until everything on the left side comes in. And then once that arrives, we should be starting to transport everything up. Does not look like we have anything as you go up, but let's just wait until we get to the top. And there we have it. Tons and tons. We can throw some muck root in their ration box. But just to verify, everything in fact did make it through. Of course, we're going to, hold on. I'll just put this here so these guys can feel accomplished. We should be getting a true signal. We'll just open everything up. And there it is. Everything's empty. Oh, except for a few. Oh, that was bizarre. Okay. And what about over here? A few things there as well. Alright, let me try this again, maybe with a setting of 2 seconds. Maybe that's just asking too much. I've tried a value of 2 and had a few pieces of material still stuck, so I'm going to give 4 a try. So every buffer gate is set to 4, except for the upward. Upward of 1 second seems to be fine. Funny, we can transport material up so much faster. We've got a little bit of a speed bonus of getting material going towards the right. But if you're removing this much material, probably trying to save a few seconds each tile, not really a thing, but we'll get there. And we are getting close. Just add a little bit of extra time when it reaches the upward direction. But once it goes up, it should go up really quickly. So by the time these guys wake, they should have all their materials sitting right here. Now let's just do a quick test. And just throw a tile back there, and we will see if this worked with 4 seconds. That looks much better. Alright, so we've transported just a crazy amount of material. I do see piece of copper ore. I don't know if that just fell, or maybe you have to delay it going up. But anyway, there it is. Tons and tons of material. I'll just have one more thing to show an alternate way with a little bit less buffer gates along to do essentially the same thing, but maybe just a little bit longer. So here is a little bit of simplified way of doing this. I just have a automation line going through the whole thing. And we've got this time sensor set to 1 second green, 1 second red. If I click on this, it's going to start shuffling things towards the right. A little bit at a time. Alright, well, there it is. A different way to move materials other than using the conveyor rail and all that. Hope you enjoyed. This is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. Hopefully I will see you another time.